Project M85 is an ultralight free-ride motorcycle. Our objective when starting with this project was to find a happy medium between big downhill mountain bikes and full-size heavy enduro motorcycles. We wanted to create a functional prototype in the end that would do things that no motorcycle or mountain bike is currently capable of doing. So to start with, we did a lot of research. We had to give ourselves a full education on what was available as far as bicycles go, motorcycles and everything. These are the downhill bicycles that we looked at using the Yeti 303 as our benchmark to base research from. Then we looked at the motorcycle industry, all over the industry, from road-going bikes to dirt bikes, even a few scooters and some trick bikes, using this KTM to base our research from there. From there, we moved on to our direct competitors, FX bikes from New Zealand and SICK MX out of Phoenix, Arizona. Both of these bikes are similar to what we intended to do, both using bicycle components with small engines to actually power them. So where we got to with our research was that we were going to have to add motorcycles and bicycles together to find that space between. And this is a very, very basic hardpoint model of the few points that we had to actually reach when designing. From here, we moved straight to the concept phase. Started off wanting to make something that was very much like a bicycle, very skeletal, very little bodywork, just a frame around the components. Then moving into stuff that was actually maybe too much bodywork, to these drawings where we really started to find the points that we had to cover, what we didn't need to create a light, strong, effective package. These being some of our more refined sketches. With those, we were able to create a few three-dimensional representations of our model, a couple three-quarter views, and this detailed shot that's coming up of how we had to make the componentry actually fit together. That was one of the biggest challenges, was in creating a functional prototype of this scale, keeping everything attached but still able to work the way it was intended to. Our next step was to create the rear suspension system for this bicycle, or for this motorcycle bicycle. It's based off of bicycle components. We knew we wanted to use lightweight components from the bicycle industry, so we used a shock and a linkage system that was directly taken from that industry, scaled it proportionally to get the amount of travel that we wanted to do for our project. A few shots of the CNC machine turning our blocks of aluminum into reality. Next was our chassis. It's a chrome moly chassis. We use that material for its strength and lightness. Basically taking the components that we had at our disposal, mounting them, leveling them, and building around it, attaching pieces to it as we went. Then professional TIG welded everything together. Didn't feel like we should take it off into our own hands. From there, with the full chassis, swing arm, everything rolling and functional, we had to do the bodywork. The bodywork was going to centralize itself around the fuel tank, which is represented in the build process here, building a foam model of fiberglass two-part mold and then an actual fiberglass fuel tank. With the tank completed, we built the rest of the pieces off of it. Went with Chevron clay to sculpt out all of the bodywork. Once again, fiberglass molds and fiberglass parts for this prototype. This final picture is prior to paint. It's fully sanded and ready for the body shop. The end result is this. This is Project M85, a fully functional 135-pound dirt bike that fits a full-size adult. Can be ridden on trails much more like a mountain bike trail. We can't actually take it to a mountain bike park because it does have a motor, but the tight technical aspects of those trails is what appealed to us. This is not a cross-country motorcycle. It's designed specifically for that intent. And I must say it works very well. I've been riding motorcycles for 17 years, and it's unlike anything I've ever touched. This was a fun day in Pueblo, Colorado, actually getting to play with it, seeing how much abuse it can take, which thus far it has taken everything we've thrown at it very, very well. In this space, this is maybe my proudest accomplishment from the entire build process. The buzz that it has generated in the industry. It's been in a couple of magazines and had several hits on several different motorcycle forums. Of particular note, the one I really like is the bottom one. Part about it saying it looks like it belongs in a factory with a Kawasaki sign. That was a great thing to hear about the project. So, in closing, I only did one project. I wanted to cover it better than diversifying through other things. But my name is Dustin Griffith. That was Project M85. Thank you for your time.